Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Eddie, and I'm back with another, Vivy Fluorite Ice song review. This time we're reviewing episode 9, and great episode as usual. So, okay, it looks like my hypothesis on, last episode was wrong. Antonio really did just invade Ophelia's brain. This is, it really sucks, because, Ophelia seems like a real cinnamon roll, so, I suppose you could say we've never actually really seen Ophelia before. Okay, anyways, we start off this episode with Yugo Kit Katani having Diva in a little torture chamber. Now this guy, I feel like this guy's a really interesting fellow because, apparently he's always sort of been a cyborg. Because, apparently it looks like he lost his arm back before we even see him in episode 2, as we see in the flashback. Looks like he lost his arm in that car accident. So he's always had a robot arm, I guess. Or, always, as in he's always had a robot arm since we saw him. I also think his logic is really interesting. Destroy the AI so, humans can't take advantage of them. Because he points out the hypocrisy in, the humans, peering into his old piano teacher's brain, or robot brain, after he died. You can't really do that to a human. I don't know. I don't fully understand this guy's logic either. I guess the accident really messed him up as a human being. I don't know. Just the way he behaves towards Vivy, or Diva, it kind of reminds me of, an obsessive boyfriend. Or, well, I suppose it technically goes even. Dude, he straight up tortures Diva so he could, extract the Vivy personality out of her. Bro, are you serious? And speaking of obsessive boyfriends, I guess Antonio's also kind of one, but I don't know. Matsumoto does show up in time to save her, but holy shit, Yugo, that's pretty dark. Also, I gotta say, the fight scenes in this episode were amazing. Not gonna lie, I just really it was just really well done. By the way, I just want to say this one thing. Ophelia / Antonio, right? Seeing Antonia's voice come out of a little little body like Ophelia's, that body really does not match that voice, which I assume is kind of the point. But just that was really weird. Also, I really like today's the action scenes on the rooftop were really interesting. The electronic warfare is really something else. It's like a straight up video game. You got minefields, lasers, and Matsumoto body morphing. My god. I also love Sugo's android body. Or, not Sugo. Sorry, Yugo. I really love Yugo's android body. It's got a built-in cannon and knife storage, and I bet that's actually not even the end of it. It's fucking badass. And if I become a cyborg for whatever reason, I know this is the sort of body I'm gonna take. Just look at that. That gun arm is super slick. Also, we got to see the fight in the OP today. Seriously, though, the fight scenes were really good. Remember that scene where, Diva looks at and, dodges the bullet, for example? That was freaking amazing. You could really feel each punch, each blow, and each strike. By the way, another thing I want to say, I noticed that Matsumoto appears to, favor four-legged animals for his quote-unquote combat form, because that's the sort of form he takes on a lot of the time when he's fighting. So basically, you got Matsumoto and Diva fighting against two toxic boyfriends. By the way, this is a thing that a lot of people have said, and this is a thing I noticed it as well, but I noticed it more because, the other people were saying it. There's a lot of parallels between Antonio and Matsumoto. For starters, they're both the partners to this, what do you call it? It's seems, singer AIs that, they're both partners to singer AIs. And, they're both not really the best, honestly. But here's the thing. Antonio took his obsession with Ophelia a little bit too far. Because Matsumoto, I'm gonna say Matsumoto's behavior early on in the anime was pretty horrid as well, but you never got to, Antonio levels of, actually, I don't know. I guess, I don't really know about that, but Antonio's just something else entirely. At least Matsumoto, got better over time, whereas Antonio just seemed to get worse and worse. Also, another thing that's really about this episode is that there's a Yugo Cat Kitani. This guy's really controversial right now. He may be a bit of a spiteful shit. Honestly, I do get why a lot of people don't like him, but I still kind of hope he lives. I mean, he's a very interesting character, and he's a character that's been part of this story since the very beginning, and he's grown alongside Vivy. Plus, I feel like there's like still a lot of room for like potential character development here. I feel like this isn't the end, and not just that, I do feel like this isn't really the end for him. He's been built up. Like, we've only just discovered his backstory and his motivations. I mean, it looks like he's obsessing over Vivy in an attempt to fix his own trauma over, like, the death of his piano teacher. I mean, like, this seems like a crucial turning point for his character. His brain, or at least, like, whatever biological segment he seems to have left, it seems to have been ejected from his head, or at least that's where I suspect his brain is stored. But yeah, anyhow, if I really hope that we get to, like, see him grow a bit more and, like, maybe reform, maybe become less of a shit. If he doesn't, then I hope to see Vivy give him one final beatdown in episode 13, because that would be really awesome. And if he hasn't, like, changed his ways by then. Honestly, I feel like the deaths of Ophelia and Antonio just weren't as impactful as I imagined it could be back in, like, the last two episodes. I mean, like, that kind of makes sense, because this episode didn't, like, center out around them as much as it could have. I mean, which is fine with me, because we got to see some backstory on Yugo, and we got to see the whole Diva-Vivy conflict, which I'll get into that later. And we got a bit of growth on Matsumoto's part, who realizes, yeah, I kind of don't want to be like you, Antonio. I realize I've been like you a bit too much. Anyhow, as much as I love Ophelia, or at least I think I would love Ophelia, I still can't say she's a character I ultimately ended up knowing that much of. I mean, like, the moment she's dying is the only time we actually get to see Ophelia in, like, present time, like, outside of a flashback. So, I mean, she's technically not a character we've known that much, because all, like, the cute Ophelia scenes we've seen previously, it wasn't actually her. I mean, like, sure, she does come back. And in that final scene, she's like, Antonio, I really did love you. But, and like, yes, another Romeo and Juliet. Where have we seen this one before? Oh, God. But it's just, I don't know. That and the fact that Antonio, I mean, I do kind of feel bad for him, but he wasn't, like, the most likable character. So I certainly felt bad for them, and it was kind of sad, but it wasn't, like, as impactful as some of the other deaths in this show. Even so, I think it's great, because once again, Antonio symbolizes, like, a worse version of Matsumoto, what he could be, So I feel like that symbolism was still pretty important, and it's still very well done. Also, holy shit, Matsumoto, you prevented Ophelia from offing yourself by killing her. I mean, like, technically, like, that's not, like, entirely true, but, like it's obviously more complicated than that, because they are technically fighting you, but, like, Jesus, Matsumoto, like, my god. I mean, mission technically accomplished, right? The real sad death here is Diva. Like, I'm gonna miss the Genki Chat Diva, and although I do welcome back, like, the Vivy Diva, it's just so sad. Like, bro, just the way she dies, the way she just fades away inside of that room as she gets deleted. Kakutani, why? Like, come on. I mean, I just wish the two of them could coexist, It's just, man. By the way, that song at the end, previous review, I said it kind of reminded me of Astro Lost in Space, or previous two episodes ago, I said it kind of reminded me of Astro Lost in Space. It still does, but, like, the song symbolizes Diva dying. Damn it, like, I'm gonna really miss Diva, but, I gotta admit, that final performance was freaking epic. Like, she's got the whole dance, she's got the whole gig. Oh, it was just so good. Still, like, just, that Diva death, it was just so sad. Like, seeing her get erased as this beautiful song plays and just singing as she falls apart. I mean, overall, I'm glad to have Vivy back, but, oh, man, I hope that, like, I kind of wish that they could just merge, but I guess it's just not possible now, is it? Anyhow, regardless, I do hope that, like, this old Diva personality, like, Diva does end up affecting Vivy in some way. So, rather than just Vivy just going to a full reset and, like, just going all the way back to episode 6, or at least a slightly less traumatized version at the end of episode 6, I hope that this Diva does still sort of impact Vivy in some ways. Like, maybe she picked up the finger snapping, I don't know. I just hope that this Diva does, like, add to the character progression of returned Vivy in some shape or form. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure it will, but just, I hope that, like, the old Diva isn't, I mean, we did literally see her get erased, though, so I don't know, but I just hope that she's still sort of there. I don't know. That was just oh god, that was just really that was like one of the saddest moments in this episode, honestly, even more than like Antonio and Ophelia, which like for someone inspired by a Shakespearean story, I did honestly feel worse for Grace and Psyche than these two, but still, like, I hope that. I mean, I'm not saying that I wasn't like that sad over these two. It's just episode 6 was a lot more impactful. In my opinion, the Diva's erasure was a lot sadder to me than, I never knew that Matsumoto X Diva would ever be a thing, but here we are now, I guess. You know what? It was still very well done, and I really liked it. It was a great episode as usual. I loved it, and I hope you all love this. I hope you all liked it too. I hope you all like that. I hope you all like the episode. I hope you all like this review as well. And that's pretty much all I have to say honestly, on this one. And yeah, that's all I really have for today's episode. I hope you liked it, folks. If you did, smash like and subscribe as usual. And ring that bell if you haven't done so. Leave a comment on like what you thought of this episode. And yeah, that's it. Once again, I hope you all enjoyed this episode. I hope you all enjoyed this review. And that is that. The sky's up, and you guys are awesome. I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye.